Hello guys, welcome to another video, and today we will work after a very long time again on my main PC. I haven't touched this hardware in a very long time, and now it's time to make some changes. Now we're not gonna swap out anything crazy. We will only do two things. We will upgrade the cooler on it, and why you will see that the moment you take a look at the inside. And two, we will remove one hard drive, because I have too many goddamn hard drive in this. I'm losing track of which one to actually use. So, no, I'm kidding. I know how many hard drives I have, but there's one in there which I put in there for testing purposes. It's a 1 terabyte drive, and it is to no use, and that needs to go away. So that will leave us with only 1, 2, 3, 4 hard drives. So yes, right now I have 5 hard drives in this computer. Insanity, I know, but they're all to somewhat an extent useful hard drives. This one is the main drive, the boot drive. Yes, only a 250 gig drive. I even thought about upgrading this, but I am actually getting by pretty well with this. I expected that I would sooner or later run into space issues, but not really. I thought of upgrading this to a 500 gig or even a terabyte, but right now, for me, there's not really a point in doing that. I might do that in the future when I cut down on all the hard drives in general. This is the one we will take out. That is a 1 terabyte drive. And that was my experimental Hackintosh install of Catalina, but huge fail, as always with Hackintoshes. I just seem to be the most unlucky guy on earth with Hackintoshes, but yeah, that was an open core Hackintosh experiment, by the way. And that is the cooler we will upgrade it with, a Noctua U12S. Amongst the PC enthusiasts, guys, this is a very well known and loved cooler. It is kind of expensive, but I don't see any money wasted with a very efficient and high quality cooler. And also I can always, if I upgrade motherboard and stuff, move this to the next system. It will always be overkill for my needs and way too efficient, but hey, I much rather have a way too efficient system than a inefficient cooling system. And apart from all of this, Noctua is even a Austrian company, so a local firm, and I'm happy to finally support a local firm, not always American brands or Asian brands and Korean. You know, they make all those great products. Very little stuff comes actually from very little Austria or Europe generally. So yeah, that is the Noctua. And now I want to tell you why we upgraded and why it was overdue that I finally do that. So here is my setup. Can you spot the problem? Can you make out what is wrong here in this picture? I'll flip it over so you have better light. Is it this massive amount of dust everywhere in the computer? Maybe, just maybe. Is it maybe here the cable management? But that is pretty alright for my standards, I'd say. No, it is this here. If you look at this closer, you can see here is a fan attached with a rubber band. And I even had it that a rubber band would dry up and the fan would fall on the graphics card and the computer would not cool anymore properly. So I had for who knows how long a passively cooled Xeon, and I didn't know what the hell was going on, why I was maxed out all the time and such. And then I one day heard the weird noise when this was grinding on the graphics card. I opened up the computer and I was like, ah. So yeah, that is not an ideal solution. This is an Arctic freezer, and as great as this cooler is, you can't get aftermarket fans for it. And I wanted here a Noctua fan to make it as silent as possible, because the original fan would fail. It would start to make noises, and it would eventually just fail. So I had to replace the fan. But again, unfortunately, Arctic here doesn't allow aftermarket fans. So I went to get a route. I could have used zip ties as well, but hey. So this temporary fix lasted over a year, in fact, after I finally got myself your proper replacement on Amazon Prime Day. So yeah, I might also just take the time and the opportunity and clean out the system a little bit. It isn't all too dusty here, just the power supply. What is going on there? Really, really weird. The rest is pretty clean, actually. Here are all my hard drives, as you can see, many of those. Just check out which is the one we need. That is the one. That is our one that we need to remove. The rest we just gonna leave for now. I decided it's a better idea to just move the data at a different time when I really got time and dive deep into what I need and what I don't need. Because as this is right now, it doesn't hurt anyone, so yeah, it's fine, I guess. Now, one concern I have with this cooler here is that first of all, it is too wide for this whole computer case that it might hit this fan here. Second is that I have to remove the entire motherboard in order to install it, because I think this clips from the bottom side onto the motherboard and you mount it up there. At least, I mean, I mounted a couple of those. I just can't remember how it is on this one right now. And I think we'll have to do that. But maybe, just maybe, the guys from Fractal thought of that. And if we flip it over and open the other side up, we can maybe get access to this section where the cooler goes on the board. Yes! They even thought of that. Sweet! See, those are those little things that you get when you buy an expensive computer case. Stuff like this. So I don't have to remove the board. Thank God, because that would have been a lot of hassle with all the SATA ports and all that. Oh dear. So thankfully I don't have to do that. As you can see, here are the mounting, where the mounting bracket then goes. Here it's just clipped in like an Intel stock cooler. But yeah, not that this, this Arctic freezer is any bad quality, not at all. I was pretty happy with it. I got really reasonable temperatures, like 40, 30 in idle, and under load 70 at max. So it isn't an inefficient cooler at all. It's just that it doesn't support aftermarket fans. So yeah, I will just start with the thing I said I'll do, and it's just gross. I mean, look at this. This needs to go. This needs to go. Alright, I gave this computer a little bit of a clean. I didn't do some hardcore detailing stuff, but looks much more presentable now with this dust here gone and all the dust removed from the components. And also this filter did a great job of keeping the crap out, as you can see. Okay, so why don't we start here with disassembling my ghetto stuff and see how the thermal paste looks after 5 years. Alright, I hope you got somewhat of a reasonable view to see what's up in there. So there is our ghetto rubber band. We'll remove that. No, it's still good. Literally take this out and there it is. As you can see, we unplug it. Boom! This is a really, really nice Noctua fan. And I think that our replacement cooler has such a fan on it. And here is our Arctic freezer. So let's try to remove those clips. I don't know if I have to push them from the other side. I don't think I have to, really. But I think it's the best idea to remove the cooling unit first and then the bracket. So that is what I'll do. So let's remove the cooler. There it is. Still no dried up thermal paste, which is really nice to see. And there is my heart of the system, the Xeon E3-1230V3. Quite of a mouthful to say, but yeah, really nice processor. And that isn't going anywhere for the next time. It's still too powerful for me, which is crazy, I know, but that's everything I need with these. So let's clean off the paste here. And for once it is not a crusty mess, so it will just come right off. But it started to get a little crusty there, as you can see. So maybe 5 years is the perfect service interval, maybe, if you want to do that. Because here I put in, I think in 2015, Arctic MX something, and it held 5 years pretty well, I'd say. And also, for me, it wouldn't have mattered since, again, temperatures were pretty low, so that's all that matters, guys. Okay, now we can try and get off the this bracket which holds the CPU cooler in place there. Let's just try to pull on this. I don't know, how does this work? I suppose it works this way. I have no idea, guys. Just try to remove those things. Why is the last one? Okay. Yeah, this doesn't want to go, guys. Not at all. But hey, that's not a problem. We can just flip it right over and push squeeze the plastic together, and it will just come out then. So here are the clips, and if I push them in, yes, they come right out pretty easy, as you can see. There it is. Just can get it in the camera there. There it is. Now I will in fact give this cooler away to a good friend of mine who uses still the stock cooler from Intel with this 3rd Gen i7, and I was always like, dude, you can't do that. So I think he'll be happy. Give that to him, yeah, will be a useful upgrade for his computer too. I don't know if he likes to stick with this solution. Probably not. Maybe he can just get the OEM fan from Arctic or find probably a zip tie solution. That's what we will do. So since we here at Macintosh Man headquarters are constantly dealing with not enough space, I'll just use here the computer as a table. And we'll unbox the Noctua, if I can get that latch to go. What the hell? Cardboard. There we go. So this can of course be used with Intel and AMD, so that is something to keep in mind. You can just do it universally. It is very nicely packaged, really high quality. I mean, after all, you're paying a lot of money for this, so it better be. And it really delivers. I mean, it is an expensive cooler, but again, as I said, it's worth it in my eyes. Especially if you're relying on your computer, use it a lot, and you're doing gaming and such. I don't do that, but I know it's probably the best thing then. Let's just get it out then. Oh shit, this is really tall. I hope it fits in there. God damn it. But then again, why am I worried? David has the almost exact same case, and in his case it works just fine, so why do I even worry? I don't know, it just seems so big to me. So as you can see, I was wrong. This is an even larger fan, so it will be even more quiet and more efficient. And you could even be overkill and put another one there. But we won't do that, since we already have an exhaust fan right next to it, so really no point in doing that. But just make sure that I mount it the right direction so it actually blows out of the case and not in. That would be a classic fail. The indicator says do it this way, and that's the thing we will do. Oh yeah, here is the plate which goes underneath. So all metal, no plastic. That's not gonna fall apart or get porous over the years. This will be there until the end of the computer's life, I suppose. So yeah, really cool. Always getting excited with Noctua coolers. Those are just so great. So as you can see, remove the motherboard. No, won't do that, mate. We'll not remove the motherboard. All we do is we'll go here to the side of our lovely fractal case and stick that right through there. And I just hope that I'm not doing this wrong. Yes, I'm doing it wrong, of course. Here are the two little thumbs here from the back, and I made even cutouts for this, so you can't be that stupid and put it on the other wrong side. So as you can see, this fits. Still needs to be secured. And I even wrote it on here. So this is quality. This is quality, I tell you that. Still exposed CPU. Don't worry, thermal paste will come. We will not install the cooler just yet. What we'll need now is one of those and those brackets. And on top go those metal screws. So, oh, wrong. I was wrong there. All we need is this. Those black ones are the ones we need. Okay. Never mind. Alright, the plate where the base where the cooler can sit on is installed. Very tight. This doesn't move or anything. So yeah, next up the cooler and the thermal paste, and for that we will lay the computer on its side. It's just way less dangerous. So our Noctua cooler here and fan is installed. It's quite a bit taller than the old one, but no problem for the full-size case, so I don't even know why I worried. That's a great thing when you have the full-size tower. Stuff like this just fits, and still enough space. So this is all safe. I connected here the fan. So we're done here. We just need to remove this one hard drive. And now we're done. Then this was successful. So let's just flip it up real quick so I can unplug the drive. You can see there's the back, all the cable mess, and here the yellow SATA cables. They quite help to distinguish what they are with all the black stuff. So there's our 1 terabyte. This is that one. So just jiggle it to make sure that it's the right drive. Okay, here it is. Okay. And it is free. That was the one I experimented with. So let's unscrew that on our PC table. This is my way of keeping track of screws in case I need them again, which can be. I have them right there where they're supposed to go then later. So we are done then. I'll clean up the mess on the table later. Just want to close up the computer. It's quite a tight fit with all the cables, but should be doable. Ugh. Look at that. There we go. Alright. Looking good. Screw in those screws and we're done on this side. So, let's just take one last peek in here before we close it up for good. Enough cooling space. That's something I really care about. I don't want this thing to get unnecessarily hot, since it's just so much space, and there's really no reason for that. We're not dealing here with a MacBook or something. So here is everything in order. Hard drives all there, all hooked up, so we can seal it up and boot it up and listen to the very, very silent fan. Okay, computer still works. Ready to do some work actually. That's pretty handy. Need to get some stuff done right now. Cooler seems to be pretty good. 24 degrees. Of course that will go up soon, but yeah, it's about as silent as with this one, but the fan turns with way less RPM, so that's pretty good. Under load, you're probably not even noticing anything. So yeah, I'd say that was well worth it. And here's the old one. It's quite small compared to the Noctua, but hey, there it is. So hope you enjoyed this video, and see you later.